All right, hey everybody, this is Chad Jordan, Director of Marketing for Digital Services at Sport Clips, and we have a I'm going to say fun, edition of the podcast coming up. I definitely know it's unusual and has nothing to do with you guys, but it's because we have, typically I interview one person, maybe another if it's a couple, like a husband and wife team or something like that. But I actually have 4 other people joining me. If you can't see, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you can't see through the podcast. They're all waiting, by the way. After I just said that you can't see, that was their signal to wave. So if you're out there, this is being recorded, and by the time you listen to it, it will have already been recorded. But still, if you could just be praying for the host of the podcast to make it through. With these 4 young ladies that we've got, but we have a fun episode planned, and you'll see why here in a second. But we have a foundation at Sport Clips called Help a Hero that we support, which is a scholarship program for veterans, and we work with the VFW, and we raise literally $1 million+ a year for the Help a Hero Foundation. And we come up with, throughout the year, all sorts of creative ways to do this. And we've partnered with a number of our suppliers who contribute money, Sexy Hair, American Crew, people like that, to come up with incentive-based contests for our stylists to sell the product, and then $1 of that product, for instance, would be donated to the Help a Hero Fund. And so what I've done today, since we've got a contest going on right now with Sexy Hair, and through the end of April, the stores, is it the top store? Is there a number of stores? Is it 7 stores, something like that? Does anybody know?
There's 5
There's
five,
5
okay.
regions. It's the top sales per region.
Okay, and they're going to win a trip to LA for a Sexy Hair makeover, and I think it's a shopping spree, and trust me, you want to be in that top 5. It's going to be amazing. And then Sexy Hair also contributes money to Help a Hero. So this is an amazing, phenomenal way to raise money. And so we're joined today with some stylists or managers whose stores have won these types of promotions in the past. So we thought it'd be fun. We're all together here at our annual convention. They had nothing better to do in Vegas than to hang out with the director of marketing for, what was supposed to be an hour, but now is running into 2 or 3 hours of some time together to talk about, and for stylists out there to listen to, their stories on how the contests have worked for them. I want to pick their brains a little bit on what they have done to sell the most, raise the most money, do all that kind of stuff. And then we also want to hear about their experiences winning these. So that long introduction gives way to, I want each of them to kind of go down the list. They're going to tell me their name, the store they're with, and how about this, the most recent contest that they have won. Because some have won up to 7, I hear, times. But we want to hear that, and then we're going to fill in details around that. So to my right, leading off, our leading lady is
April Allen, LA 402, and the most recent contest I won was the Wella Makeover.
awesome, and we'll find out a little bit about that in a second. Okay, next.
Reese Smith, TX712, and I won the New Orleans.
Awesome, okay.
Candy Baldwin, and I am an area manager with the Mansfields. And I recently won the first area manager trip contest.
Where was it?
Cancun? Yes.
Okay, wow, what a first contest to
Yes.
win. Had you ever won anything in your life?
My
until you-
stores have,
Okay.
but not as an area manager.
Okay, all right, awesome. All right, and last but not least.
And I'm Morgan Berg. I'm at TX111, and the last one I won was the Style Sexy to Cancun.
Okay, so a lot of Texas in the house, and Louisiana, so it's kind of all the same regions. So you guys obviously have the special sauce. You guys know what you're doing in terms of winning contests and selling product and all that stuff. So we're going to start off. Yours was the Wella Makeover? No. Yes? Okay. the Wella makeover. What does that mean to like a guy like me? What is a Wella makeover?
So that means that the top stylists from Weller are going to come to our store, and not only does myself and the winning stylist get the makeover, but the entire team. And,
Okay, so you
it's
won
like-
you won the makeover for your team, and what do they shut the store down for the day? They come in after
they're
hours.
gonna do it after
Oh,
hours.
so it's not happened yet.
No.
Okay, so
it
you,
has not.
okay.
I think it's
Alright.
in July, but they're gonna do it after hours, and it's cut, color, makeup, and then we're gonna do a photo shoot with the team.
Okay.
afterwards.
Amazing. And why? What did you do to win it? What was the contest?
Sold a lot of nioxin.
Okay, so it was an nioxin-based contest, and by selling a lot, is a lot like you sold a bottle a day. Do you know the number that you hit?
I don't know the number specifically, but
Did you have a goal that you guys that you'd set up before the contest started to kind of say, let's reach this, or?
we do. We set goals individually with our stylists. So depending on like how well their numbers are, I mean, I want them to be realistic, but like my goal would be at least 3 a day, and then accordingly with the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm. And when the contest wraps up, do you know? So were you the overall winner, or were you one of the winners? Do we know this?
She was the winner of her region.
Winner of a region. Okay. Well, the question I'm at that I want to know, see if you know the answer to. If not, it's fine. We'll ask somebody else off air. But do you know by the margin that you won by?
I do not.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, but you just have to set a goal and go crush it.
Right.
All right. And so, some of the other things that you have won over the years.
The Sexy Hair Mexico trip. I've been to California with Sexy Hair. I've been to Colorado with Gibbs. Miami with Crew. That one was really fun.
Is there any product that you don't sell and haven't won a contest for? I mean, I think you just named all of them that I can think of. So I was thinking like you had a lane and you stayed in your lane and they were all, nioxin.
No, I'm not brand loyal.
Okay,
There's good things
whatever,
going on.
whatever's offering the best,
Right.
incentive.
What's in it for me?
No, hey, but that's why we have all of these brands donating money to help a hero, and so. Yeah, I know you were joking, kind of tongue in cheek about what's in it for me, but they're putting these incentives out there to help you encourage your team, right, to sell more, because it's all going to a good cause. So I love that. You're literally not a one-trick pony. You are selling everything. You are agnostic when it comes to product. Okay, so the Wella makeover, and that's coming up in July, and it was, who was it again? The vendor, the supplier?
It was for Nioxin.
Nioxin, okay. And that one, we'll do a plug for the Nioxin, because the Nioxin one has not happened yet, or is it? Okay,
The
all right.
contest has happened, the
Okay.
prize comes in July.
Okay, all right, gotcha. All right, cool. So, anything else, any other, you said you set a goal and then you just told your team to crush it. I know part of the reason we're doing this podcast, but part of the thing that I knew it was going to be tough was getting you guys to share your secrets, because if you've won 7 contests, you're obviously doing something right, but is there think about all the managers out there, and they're kind of scratching their head, how do we really motivate our teams to sell more for Help a Hero? Is there any secret that you're willing to share with us that if you can impart some wisdom to the 1,800 other managers out there, what would it be?
Well, I really prepare a month in advance, order, make sure I have enough of everything. The worst thing that could happen is I run out and they're selling it.
Mm-hmm.
So gotta be prepared and order enough. I have a pep rally.
Has that happened to you before?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
I'm
you crushed your goal, you oversold it, and then they go to and you're out of inventory.
I'm running to other stores.
Okay,
Hey, I need this. Yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Was
what are we
that?
talking about?
You said,
Yeah.
you said pep rally.
Yeah, pep rally.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
pep rally.
Mhm.
So we have a pep rally, just focused on product knowledge for that product, and then I meet individually with the stylist to go over the entire product line and set their goals with them before we start. I also sometimes do fun games for the clients to get involved. Like this year, we're doing one where whenever they buy a sexy hair product, they open an Easter egg and it's got a surprise in it. And it's just kind of fun to get them involved and people are asking about it.
Surprise, like what?
Surprise, like I've got some double your MVP coupons in there,
Okay.
so that helps our back bar, and then I have some samples of the foursome and the hard up gel that I put in the egg, so it's a mix.
You're a pro at this point, in other words. So it sounds like you've got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I'm kind of. Did you get one of those at Huddle, the big deal? I'm a big deal.
I
or whatever?
did.
Yeah. Okay, I figured.
Yes,
Yeah, you
I
earned
did.
that one.
I did that.
Well, on the ribbons. All right, excellent. I love it. All right, let's pass it down. Good job. Thank you. So yours, okay, it was New Orleans,
I went to New Orleans.
and it was sexy hair. Which one was it?
It was Nioxin.
Nioxin. Okay. All right. So this was last year's.
Yes.
Then okay. So you did Nioxin. First of all, tell me, is there anything you would add to what she had to say about what, is there something special that you do?
I'm more about product depth, is what like I like to talk about with my stylist. So,
Okay.
Contests are great for, because like they already have the contest.
Yeah.
So, but just really get them to familiar with the products. Talk to them about how to talk to the clients about products, describing. Just really go in depth with those product knowledge so that they know what they're actually selling and is it best for the client's hair. But yeah, that's mainly what we do.
So it sounds like you're trying to get the why
Yes.
out there. Why would I want to buy this thing, and have a compelling reason for the client to understand it.
Yes, well, and a guy that is really loyal to his products, and if you find the right thing, he's going to use it forever. And so, if we can get that forever product, then it's going to be continued sales for lots of years.
Well, and guys are stylist loyal before they're product loyal.
True.
So you get him, you get one that a loyal, happy, returning client coming in, and you build up this great trust with them.
Yes.
And you know enough about the product to be able to answer questions or tell him, or know why he would be incentivized to buy it.
Yes, and then he gets tired of one, and what did you not like? Well, let's talk about what you do want, and it's the best way to sell product. I mean, they're going to keep on buying, you know what I mean? But yeah, just mainly spending.
Especially
your time.
Nioxin. I mean, that's the thing that you're selling.
Yes.
That's the one that.
Yes, you actually have to know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, New Orleans. Had you? Well, I mean, you're from Texas. Had you been in New Orleans before?
Never. It was my first time.
All right. So tell me a little bit about the trip and about what Nioxin kind of did, or was it DB involved as well?
Yeah.
What kind of accommodations? Give me yeah.
We had such a good time.
Okay.
So they took us on a culinary tour, which was my favorite part about it. So we got to go to all these old restaurants because New Orleans is old. And man, we got to try so many awesome foods. I'm a foodie, and so we got to do that. And then we did a ghost tour, which was interesting. I wouldn't say it was awesome.
What now? What is a ghost tour?
It was a little lame, but it was the thought that counted.
Was it like? Is it supposed to be haunted, or they take you to all these places
So
where famous people died? Like
yes.
what?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes, and it was pretty funny. But everything was taken care of. I mean, very well taken care of. Food, a hotel, picking us up from the airport. Lots of fun. It was just a lot of fun. I had never been, and man, what a city.
Is that your first trip that you've won?
Yeah, it's the first trip I've won. I've won when they were doing gift cards and such.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got some work to do to catch up to 7.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Any other tips or anything that you got? I mean, you're the product knowledge.
Yes, I'm all
expert.
about that product knowledge. Because in the long run, they're gonna do what they're supposed to do. I'm more about let's get this done and not just give you prizes every time.
Well, how about here's a follow-up question then. Are you? I hate to use the word micromanager, but are you on a daily or weekly basis checking things and saying, hey, Sally, it looks like you're kind of falling off pace, and are you doing anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So we actually do what we call one-on-ones weekly, where we actually go over their retail sales. And so, new tricks on what to say. We feed off of each other. So I had to make sure I'm doing my job first because I'm a big believer. If it trickles down from the manager. So if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm talking to the clients about it and I'm engaged with the clients, not just you know, sleepy talk, you know, when
Yeah.
you're sitting there in front of people and you're engaged with them. And I feel like that really works. And so it trickles down from us, and then they buy in and they keep on going.
And refresh my memory, is it the top stylist and the manager of that store
Yeah,
that get
so
to go?
it was my assistant manager who actually took us
Oh, okay.
on the trip. Like, I mean, I sold it too, but she
Right.
did. I mean, she was like over 1,000 or something.
So do the whole store get to go then? Or
No, two of
okay,
us.
okay, all
Two
right.
of us.
So gotcha. And is that true for all the trips?
Mhm.
Typically,
Most of them.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I love it. Okay, and you weren't in New Orleans. Here, we're gonna pass it. And you're Cancun.
Yes,
Okay.
the area manager.
All right. So you said earlier that you had won some stuff when you were manager, or
Yeah, well,
As it
since
for your
I'm area
stores?
manager, and
Yeah.
Reese is one of my stores. I have 5 stores.
okay, all right.
3 of them are the Lubbock stores.
Uh-huh.
And so between the 3 Lubbock stores, I think we win
Nice.
about 4 to 6 a year
Mm-hmm.
out of all of
Isn't
them.
one of them $1 million store?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
one of my other ones.
From all the product that you're selling, probably.
It
all the
doesn't
great,
hurt.
yeah, that definitely helps. Okay, so tell me, as an area manager, you went on the Cancun trip, which was for
Sexy.
I'm not remembering all the things. So sexy hair, and you sold the sexy hair products, and or your store
Yes,
did.
so that with area manager trip, they took all of your stores, so I have 5 stores. So they took all of your stores and they took all the sales and they divided it by how many stores you had.
Mhm.
So if somebody had 30 stores, they would
Oh,
divide
okay, I
all of
see.
that by 30.
Yeah.
So out of my 5 stores, I was number 2 in the nation.
Yeah.
My 5 store average was number 2 in the nation.
And they took how many area
So-
managers?
6
Okay.
area managers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Had you been to Cancun before?
Never.
Or,
I had
alright.
never been to a beach. I
Uh-huh.
had never been.
Wait, what?
No.
Because you are in, is it Lubbock? Is that where you're
Lubbock,
based?
Texas,
All right,
yes.
this is landlocked.
Red
Red
Raiders.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the Final Four
Yes.
going on right now.
Yes.
Where's some wood we can knock on? I
Oh,
don't want to jinx this
yeah.
right before, because this podcast will air after the final.
Oh, yes.
So you'd never been to the beach, and you're 21 years old. So for 21 years, you had never gone to the beach. That's amazing. What other firsts? Had you been out of the country?
Yes.
Okay.
On a cruise ship,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, it doesn't.
Technically,
Yeah,
it does count,
So
yeah.
Cancun, and
Right.
when did you go? I mean, Cancun can get smoking hot and humid.
Was it in June?
It was November.
Okay.
Oh, it was
Oh,
November.
perfect.
See, I'm like not even.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
June, November. Yeah, that's the same thing.
It
You're
felt
fine.
like June
It
and November.
felt like June and November.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yes,
difference.
yes, I
Yes.
understand.
Yeah.
It's pretty
But-
warm down there.
Being an area manager, we don't, this is a newer position over the years.
Mhm.
That, the last 5 years, it's kind of gotten a little bit bigger. But, I was one of the first ones, and there's not a big group of us.
Yeah.
And so.
So you had to blaze
I
your own
didn't have-
trail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't have the ally, somebody I could just call up because we were so far and few in between. So now that it's gotten bigger, I got to meet 5 other area managers that do what I do from all over.
Wow.
That
And you're not just talking about sexy hair and what you did for that. You're trading a bunch of
yes,
information back and forth.
exactly.
That's
And it's to
cool.
where, we saw each other in November and we were saving seats downstairs in our area manager meeting. Couldn't wait to see each other
Yeah.
again. So I give that back to Sexy and DBE, and they brought people together but that would never be
Right.
together.
Yeah.
And so I take that away. Not only was the trip great, but then when I continue to get out of the trip.
Yeah, and it's relationships,
Yes.
friendships, but also great career building,
Yes.
so you can share information. So Cancun, obviously you went to the beach, that's what
Yes.
you led with.
Yes.
Well, what were some other features of that trip in particular?
We did have a sexy workshop.
Mm-hmm.
It was done on the beach. And
Wow.
Yes.
Sunset,
It was
nice.
in the morning, so we
Okay.
had mimosas.
Yeah,
and-
oh, okay.
I mean, but I got to work on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those, but we brainstormed, we did dream boards about sexy, we did all these things, and you almost have to paint yourself and look around like, I'm working on the beach
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. That's
So-
a social media moment if I've ever heard one.
Yes,
So hopefully, I
we
don't
did
know.
take pictures.
I was gonna say, are
We
you
did,
guys doing
yes.
sharing this stuff? And
We did,
That's awesome.
yes.
So now knowing what it took to win, what is some advice you could give other area managers? Like, what are some things that you did looking back? Like, all right, well, I mean, obviously you've got great stores in your market,
Yes.
but what?
Well, and, okay, so I feel, and, you know, a little confession, I didn't tell my stores about the area manager trip.
Oh, okay.
I didn't tell them, go do this to
For
Sydney.
me.
I did
right,
not.
Right.
So they didn't know that I had a trip on the line.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in and said, you have a trip on the line, you can do this, you know, worked with my 5 managers to, what do you need from me? And if it's meant to be, then I'll get to go.
Mm.
And, so that was really great. But I feel like we do it for every day because it's our passion. We're educators, so we don't do it for contests. That's kind of what we say, we don't run contests that much, because I wanna do it every day. I don't wanna just, I don't like the
Ramp up and
fluctuations
do it. Yeah.
of it.
Uh-huh. The peaks and valleys of it.
Yes, and some stores are stronger at certain product
Right.
sales,
Mm.
certain product lines. You know, one of my stores won the Gibbs one. That's their clientele. They're all over the Gibbs. So, but if you know how to sell anything, then everything else is just a perk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so not only are you making your money, you're, you know, getting your client retention, you're getting the loyalty.
Right.
Getting the trip.
Building the brand.
Yep.
And now you get a trip or some money or everything else on top of it. Whenever all you did was your job. You don't have to do anything special.
How? What about the impact for? Are you communicating? This is a question for all 3 of you so far, and down here too. But are you communicating to your clientele about Help a Hero during all of this, or?
Yeah.
We do, you know, we officially do it real big in October, but still the contest, we
Right.
still have the stuff
That's
posted.
what I'm saying.
We still, you know, the girls will say, okay, I've got a trip on the line, you know,
Mhm.
so.
You sure you don't need this?
Yeah, so.
3 bottles of
Yeah.
sexy hair. or
So
whatever.
we're gonna use Sexy today, you know, because
Mhm.
I've got this great product. And so our clients do experience different product lines based
Mhm.
on what contest it is. But when it comes down to it, we're gonna sell the client the product that they need, even if it's not in that line.
Mhm.
But we know all the products to where I can take a Gibbs line and make it into a Sexy line. and
Okay.
Make the product transfer from one line to another, and then still, the client still
The
have it.
pitch sounds kind of the same
Yes,
or whatever. You're
exactly.
still scratching that same itch for the
Exactly.
client. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. All right. And so, Candy, did you go with Morgan?
I
on
went
this?
with Morgan.
Okay. So
yes,
Morgan.
And then I went with her.
Okay. So
April.
okay. We,
Her.
wait. You went to Cancun too?
Yes.
That was one of your 7.
But that wasn't her last one. That
No.
wasn't
Oh,
her
that's
last
right. I
one.
asked for most recent. Okay.
My
so,
$1 million store did win the Willow one for our regional center.
Okay. So let's get it to Morgan then, because she can share it from a manager's perspective. What are you
Yes.
wearing? Is that President's Circle? What's going on?
Logan
What's that?
Trophy.
Logan Trophy. Of course, you're wearing your bling to
Had
the
to, since I did
podcast.
it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you should just walk around all week with
Oh
that.
yes.
So okay, so we got a Logan Trophy award-winning store who obviously can sell sexy hair,
Yes.
and you. So Candy comes to you, not telling you
Oh,
that she could
She's
go.
not one of my
No,
stores.
Oh,
we were just
she's
at
not.
the we just
We were
were
just
at
there
the center.
together.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yes.
But you are both from Texas, right?
We are.
I got that part right. Okay. How about this? Did your area manager tell you there's a trip in it for me if you win?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
Excellent.
yes.
Okay. So you get told there's this trip going on. Had you won any other ones previously?
I hadn't. So my specific store has won the trip for our region like the last 5 years, and I had just taken it over.
Okay.
So I had a lot to live up to.
Oh, so the pressure's on.
Yeah, the pressure's
Had
on.
anybody passed along like, hey, here's some helpful tips. Here's how you
Yes.
can go crush it. And
Yes.
what were those tips?
The same thing, be super prepared the whole month before you find out about it. Just stock up. They had a great deal where they had gel. The hard up gel is like 100% more. So the whole month before, I just ordered it and kept it in the back and just stocked up on it. So as soon as the contest came, we were pushing those. Just make it fun for the girls and the clients. We usually have some kind of drawing. If you buy Style Sexy, you can enter to win a prize for the stylist and them. And then, of course, my area leader was just like pushing and pushing and pushing, and did a great job motivating us to keep it going throughout the whole month.
Now, Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
Had you ever been to the
I
beach
haven't.
before? Okay, all right. So your experience is a little different.
Yeah.
So what was the best part of the trip for you?
The best part was what really motivated us to the contest too is one of my best friends is my assistant.
Mhm.
We would never be able to take a
Oh,
trip
wow.
together and leave the store together. So
kidding.
we're like, this is it.
Yeah.
We have to win this. So that was just amazing. And the resort that they did, even though I had been before, I mean, it was probably the best all-inclusive resort
Mhm.
ever. And they gave us credit too as well. So we were able to swim with the dolphins for free and do all kinds of fun stuff. So it was incredible. It was one of the best trips.
It's a question I have for all of y'all then. So obviously social media is a big deal to me. How are you guys promoting this? You're talking about, you're mentioning it to the clients and your stylists are well educated and informed about it, but are you doing anything on social media, posting on Facebook, Instagram, something about the contest, stuff like that? So we'll start. you
Yeah,
got the mic,
definitely,
so.
because a large amount of my clientele I've had for a long time, they're more like friends, so they're all friends with me on Facebook. So they'll let them know, like, hey, I can possibly win a trip to Mexico. And
Mhm.
that was another thing that we did as well. So last week, we knew that there was a store that was right on us the
Yeah.
whole entire time. So I'm like, if you guys need anything,
Right.
shampoo, something, like, let's go. And that helped out a lot. The social media helped
Mhm.
out a lot.
Anybody else?
I post for our 5 Facebook pages for our stores,
Yep.
and so she would send me boomerangs.
Nice.
Of
Okay, I
the
was going to ask
product
what kind of
setup.
stuff. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
a product setup, or a girl holding it, jumping,
Yep.
or a client holding it because they just bought it with the
You know,
with
he
the
has
good
a-
haircut.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
And so I would post it on all of them, not just their stores, but on all 5 of the stores, to
Great.
just keep getting that name out there
Love
over
that.
and over and over again.
Okay.
You know, so a couple of years ago, was it 2 years ago or 1 year ago? I went to one of your classes.
Okay.
On social media.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, 2 years
man,
ago
it was 2
probably.
years
Yeah.
ago,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Man,
Mhm.
after that we took off on social
Yeah.
media, and we were so pumped up about it. 'Cause we had thought about it, and then Yelp and the other things you went.
Yeah, we did reviews.
And I still tag everything my sport clips. just
Okay,
like tell
nice.
the
Yes,
people
and that was last year. The
Yeah,
hashtag
yeah,
My
yeah.
Sport Clips
And we
and the
were so
social
pumped-
media rhythm
Yes.
and all that.
We were so
Yeah.
pumped up about it after we went to your class. That was an awesome class.
Well, okay. Well, thank you.
You didn't write
It was unplanned blur. I did not ask her to say that, but yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm glad. So you're incorporating some of that stuff and just being. The main thing is being active with it.
Okay.
And obviously it works. You guys, you look like April, like you were gonna jump in. Were you gonna say the same thing, that you've been to the class, all the social media stuff? Uh-huh.
I was in attendance at that great class,
Uh-huh.
yes.
What do you do online?
We do post the client with their haircut and the product that we use,
Uh-huh.
like to create that look. I have a really great stylist. She loves taking pictures, so
Mhm.
she's on it. We take pictures of them with their little Easter basket and.
Here's a question for y'all, and I'm getting ready to wrap this up. But do you know if your team leaders, because they have access to send out emails to clients that can be product based? So do you know if they send those out, or would that be something that you recommend that they do, like to tell the clients, come in this month and get yours was Nioxin?
I don't think
whatever.
we've done that in the past, but
Uh-huh.
that would be great.
Yeah, with
Really good
that.
idea.
So here's a question. If your team leaders are gonna send out emails for, we're in the sexy hair promotion window right now, what should it be? What should the email be formatted like? It should say, hey, come in and get your sexy hair this month. Should it be like 10% off or anything like that, or nothing off, or how does it work?
I
No,
We're-
no,
Don't discount
no,
anything.
No
We don't
discount,
discount
though.
ever.
Okay, that's what I don't know. Hey, I just want to know,
Yeah.
and I can't discount for you, so I need to find this stuff out. So
I think that the client should definitely know that it's helping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
help
that'd be
them.
okay,
hero.
okay. So number one,
Yes.
it's got to be a certain
And-
product type. Number two, it's got to be help a hero.
Now you can upgrade the MVP. You can do a double MVP for the price of one.
Mhm.
When you
If
purchase
with
this.
okay.
So we're not discounting the products. You're never going to win if you discount products.
Mhm.
And so you need to
Gotcha.
add on
I see.
services.
Okay, gotcha. So
Winners.
it's okay. So
Yes,
it's
you
overall
never
dollar
discount
amount.
products.
Okay. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
No.
You
Okay.
add on an extra service for
So I think that I got homework now. Actually, the digital marketing team has homework. That we want to put some. Let's get the calendar of all the other events that are going on this year, and we will have a campaign ready that will not be discount based, but will
just branding. Just
Just-
get
yes,
this.
and tell the
Yes.
client, and we'll have a second version where maybe if the team leader chooses, it could be get a double MVP for the prices of a single.
A single,
if
yes.
you also buy this particular brand.
Yes.
Right? Does that help?
This
Yeah.
line,
Okay.
yes.
Line.
All right.
And it's for the Health Hero, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about the Help a Hero aspect of it.
Yeah.
This was amazing. Anything else? I think we stumbled upon that last tip, but anything else that y'all want to add that would be great for raising funds for Help a Hero that would impact sales for whether it's the Sexy Hair one or the American Crew one coming up and all that.
I just try to keep it really fun with my stylist because I have a really top performer, so some of them might get discouraged
Yeah.
throughout the contest because they know she's
She's
probably
gonna crush it,
win,
yeah,
right? So I do a different contest, and stylists, like, you have to stay on it. So I'll do like a contest that runs a week and then do a different contest,
Okay.
and they're all different. Like 1 week it'll be take out the top stylists, or 1 week it'll be highest and lowest kind of has to come in early and roll the steam towels or something, and then the highest gets something. We'll do like a bracket contest, but I find that they lose interest if the contest runs too long. They're just kind of over it.
Yeah.
So you just gotta like stay on top of them and keep it fun. And then a big thing that I did forget to say was letting the clients know that it's helping a hero.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
what that's all about.
right.
Yeah.
It's good to be able to talk about it, and then they're more inclined to buy it if they know that it's for a good cause also.
And that's the important part is I know we're getting trips out of this and obviously recognition. You guys are in the Hall of Fame podcast now and all that stuff is great, but it's really about Help a Hero and getting these veteran scholarships, which we're also passionate about. Obviously DVE, all our suppliers are passionate about it as well, putting literally tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars collectively together to combine for that program. So y'all are amazing. You're Hall of Famers. So thank you for joining me today. And I imagine, you're 7 deep already, so I imagine there are more trips, more things planned. You guys are gonna, you set the bar high, that's for sure. So keep going with it, keep crushing it. And thank y'all for joining me. Thanks everybody for listening. This has been a special edition of the Hall of Fame podcast. I hope you'll join us again. Thanks. Hey, look at that, guys. I did it. That was awesome.
We live.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It's not scripted, so we can mess up and all that stuff, but